Hey, Mary.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball. Roll call.
Ms. Clockfelter,
Here.
Ms. Nyworth,
Here.
Mr. Scott, Ms. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Rice,
Here.
Colonel Taylor.
Easy to read this time. Okay, we'll move on down. Mr. Superintendent.
Well, the first thing we have is, as we know, we have a new law on prohibition of race and sex discrimination in curriculum and the complaint process, and we need to pass policy EGG and the complaint form EGGE that goes with that law. For common reference, that's the CRT. This law is, as we attorney written, we just followed our attorney's guidance in the OSSBA, who does our policy review, to make sure we were following it. So if we could get that policy updated according to the law, it's not a problem. We've had it, Lawton. It's not a problem we plan on having.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we have great faith that our teachers are teaching and instructing the standards as it's recommended.
Any questions about it before we vote? Okay.
And this is not a change from what we've had.
It should not change anything that we have not had any complaints on this. And in my opinion, if anyone was doing it, we would have got complaints with as much as it's been in the public,
Sure.
especially in the spring. And every day you watch the news, if we had anything that was even close, we'd have complaints, and we have had 0 complaints. And so hopefully we stay that way. And this is something I think this is one of those things that if we'd have had complaints, we might have needed a policy, but they created a law that may create a problem. And hopefully it doesn't, but
No, we got to do what
got to do what we got to do.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay. Carla and Mary Parrott, call the roll.
Ms. Clockfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth,
Yes.
Ms. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Rice.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
And then we have an informational item on there, the certification of the SIPA, just so you know we got there for E-rate, just so it's part of the board agenda for you to see what we're doing with that. And then on the announcements part, just heads up on mask policies. A lot of people are talking and asking. I know the
Tell
city
them
did
the
it.
city, yeah.
And the cities, we're hearing the city's starting to do some things.
Tomorrow, it goes into effect tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow it goes into effect with the city, but just so it's known, the schools, Lawton Public Schools cannot mandate masks without there was a law passed, and we cannot mandate masks without the governor declaring an emergency, and a lot of other hoops to jump through. So, in a sense, we are going to strongly recommend masks. We're going to continue with washing hands. We're going to social distance when we can and try to keep some of those safety practices in. And probably the biggest thing that we did last year that we need to make sure we continue is I think our employees and our students stayed home when they were sick.
Yeah,
I think we did I think it's a changed mentality we had that, we used to come to school or come to work because that's what we did. So
Are we going to do some clinics at the beginning of school if anybody wants to get an inoculation?
Yes, we've talked to Brandy about that, but they're open
Oh, yeah.
anytime, and there's no lines anywhere. I think you can just about get it
But if
anywhere.
a building needed a bunch.
But if
yeah.
somebody said they'll show up anywhere we need them in our nurse. Yes, Ms. Clifford.
I've had this question asked to me by different parents and stuff. Are they allowed to ask their teachers if they've been vaccinated? My first thought was no, but then somebody brought up to my attention it's really not a HIPAA violation to ask that question.
I guess you could ask, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
They don't have to tell you.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to answer it. And
yeah,
like
I mean,
you
that's
said,
kind of my deal. I've had several parents.
there's a debate
ask
back
me.
and forth on that out there. Can you require it? Can private businesses require it?
No, they don't want it to be
They're all
required, they
private
just want to know if they could
businesses
ask the
yeah.
question.
Yeah, private
And,
can, but not.
I think parents would like to know, but I think that's going to be I think that, because of our leave policy, because there is no COVID leave anymore, if a teacher teacher got quarantined because if you're vaccinated, you don't get quarantined.
Right.
If they get quarantined and they're not vaccinated because
And you
they
don't
chose
test
not,
positive.
they're gonna have to use sick days.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they have to use sick days if they test positive. Because, I mean, obviously, that's what sick days are for.
Mm-hmm.
So I think teachers knowing they're gonna lose their leave. I think the majority of our teachers are vaccinated. Again, as of
Well, I
right
think it's
now,
a
it's not
personal
something we
choice.
can,
I mean, you know,
it is a choice, and I'm not a doctor.
Teachers may share that with them when they
Yes.
start school.
It's just something that's been asked over and over.
This is not to say if a student or a teacher or anyone else who works in our school cannot wear a mask. They certainly have the option.
Yes, we're gonna
Doing that
recommend it.
at
We're gonna strongly
any
recommend they wear
time.
masks.
Yep.
And so,
And we still have
just
masks.
clarify that.
Yeah, and we have.
Yeah,
them
I've had
provide-
several parents tell me, I'm demanding my child wear a mask, and I'm hoping that they will.
No, they
Because they're not there with them all
The teachers
day.
will help them with that.
And I think most will. I think we'll still have, especially if
do
it
too.
keeps spiking. And again, I think where you're gonna get into is those that are vaccinated don't have to wear a mask. And I wanna be careful anyway, telling everybody, because if you're vaccinated, and they're looking at changing some of that, but it's still an encouragement to get vaccinated. It's one reason I got vaccinated, because I didn't wanna wear a
But you can
mask.
still carry it.
Yes, so, and
Well,
like I
and
said,
your little kids up to 12 can't be vaccinated.
Yes.
That's where I'm.
Yeah.
and I went to
I'm
Fort Sill
hesitant.
last night
Yeah, me
and
too.
did Silfax, and I had to wear a mask.
Oh, yeah,
and if
Sil's
you-
back in masks
If
too.
you're flying an airplane, you have to wear a
Yeah,
mask.
very
You
much.
bet,
So-
all day.
On a 6C on our agenda, it's an action item on here, it says information. The children's, don't we have to vote on that tonight? Certification of the Children's Internet Protection
Okay.
Act? And it is
Yeah.
action on this.
Okay, let's, yeah,
but it's
yes,
not
let's
on here.
approve it, my bad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Has anybody got any questions about that? I need a motion.
No, I
Make
think
a
it's,
motion, we approve the
Second,
education for
it's,
children.
we've done it for years.
yeah, I think it's a
Call
good
roll.
thing to have.
Mary, second.
Ms. Claudia.
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth.
Yes.
Ms. Bradley.
Yes,
Mr. Rice.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Announcements, anything?
Nope, this is what we just talked about.
the
We're-
school
About it.
starts on the 12th?
Yep, school starts,
And we
teachers
had
back.
a very good gridiron tournament.
Yes.
Are we encouraging meet and greet?
Yeah, we're planning on having our meet and greets,
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were gonna.
building by building, and try to get, because those are important for those, you know, making those first parent relations, and so
Oh,
some of
yeah,
that
the kids
things.
feel better when they can meet their teacher.
I have had